The world of rock has lost one of its loudest, wildest, and most legendary voices. Ozzy Osbourne, the man who once defied the rules of music, mortality, and even sanity, has passed away, leaving behind a legacy that changed heavy metal forever. From the gritty streets of Birmingham, England to the global stage with Black Sabbath, Ozzy was never just a frontman. He was a force of nature. A voice like thunder. A soul tangled in darkness and redemption. The Prince of Darkness was loud, chaotic, and often misunderstood, but always unforgettable. His life was a storm of substance battles, controversy, and unlikely comebacks. And yet, through it all, he inspired generations of artists and fans, proving that even the most broken voices can roar the loudest. This is not just the story of a rock icon. This is the life, the chaos, and the immortality of Ozzy Osbourne. John Michael Ozzy Osbourne, born on December 3, 1948, and died July 22, 2025, was a legendary English singer, songwriter, and media figure whose impact on heavy metal music is unmatched. He first rose to fame in the 1970s as the lead vocalist of the pioneering metal band Black Sabbath, where he earned the iconic nickname Prince of Darkness. Osbourne co-founded Black Sabbath in 1968 and served as the frontman from their groundbreaking debut album in 1970 through to Never Say Die. In 1978, the band played a crucial role in shaping the heavy metal genre with classic albums like Paranoid, 1970, Master of Reality, 1971, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 1973. Due to struggles with substance abuse, Ozzy was dismissed from a band in 1979, but he quickly launched a highly successful solo career, starting with Blizzard of Oz in 1980. Over his solo journey, he released 13 studio albums, 7 of which achieved multi-platinum status in the US. Despite parting ways with Sabbath, Osbourne reunited with the band multiple times over the years. In 1997, he rejoined to record their final studio album 2013, and performed with them on a farewell tour that concluded in 2017 in their hometown of Birmingham. Throughout his career, Ozzy Osbourne sold over 100 million records worldwide, combining his solo work and time with Black Sabbath. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Black Sabbath in 2006 and again as a solo artist in 2024. He also earned spots in the UK Music Hall of Fame and received stars on both the Hollywood Walk of Fame and Birmingham Walk of Stars. Among his many accolades were the MTV Global Icon Award, 2014, and the Ivor Novello Lifetime Achievement Award in 2015. In the early 2000s, Ozzy transitioned into reality television fame with the Osbournes on MTV, co-starring with his wife Sharon and children Kelly and Jack. He later appeared with Jack and Kelly in Ozzy and Jack's World Detour, further cementing his place in pop culture. On July 5, 2025, Osbourne gave his final performance at the Back to the Beginning concert event, having previously announced that it would be his last live show due to ongoing health struggles, though he still hoped to continue recording. Just weeks later, on July 22, 2025, Ozzy Osbourne passed away, closing the chapter on one of rock's most influential and unforgettable lives. At the time of his death, Osbourne had an estimated net worth of $220 million, reflecting his successful career. About Ozzy Osbourne's health issues and cause of death. In early 2019, Ozzy Osbourne was hospitalized due to severe flu-related complications that escalated into a serious upper respiratory infection. Doctors were concerned it could turn into pneumonia, an often fatal condition in older individuals, especially given the demands of touring in winter. By February 12th, he had been moved to intensive care. Although there were initial hopes he could continue his tour in Australia and New Zealand, Osbourne ultimately canceled the entire 2019 tour after sustaining injuries from fall at home while still recovering. That same year, Osbourne was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a condition he publicly disclosed in January 2020, later revealing he had also lost the ability to walk. He canceled his 2020 North American tour to seek treatment in Switzerland. Additionally, he shared that he was battling emphysema, a chronic lung disease linked to smoking. Ozzy Osbourne passed away on July 22, 2025, at the age of 76, just 3 weeks after his farewell concert, Back to the Beginning. A family statement confirmed he died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. About Ozzy Osbourne's personal life. Ozzy Osbourne met his first wife, Thelma Riley, in 1971 at the Rum Runner nightclub in Birmingham, where she worked as a teacher. The couple married later that year and had 2 children together, Jessica and Louis Osbourne. Ozzy also adopted Thelma's son from a previous relationship, Elliot. However, the marriage was strained by Osbourne's substance abuse and the demands of his career, and they eventually divorced in the early 1980s. In 1979, after being fired from Black Sabbath, Osbourne began working more closely with his new manager, Sharon Arden, the daughter of music industry mogul Don Arden. Their professional relationship soon turned romantic, and the two married on July 4, 1982. Together, they had 3 children, Amy Osbourne, Kelly Osbourne, and Jack Osbourne. While Amy chose to stay out of the public spotlight, both Kelly and Jack became media personalities in their own right, particularly during the family's reality TV fame in the early 2000s. About Ozzy Osbourne's professional career. Ozzy Osbourne's music career began in 1967 when he joined bassist Geezer Butler in a short-lived band called Rare Breed. After that group dissolved, the two joined forces with guitarist Tony Iommi and drummer Bill Ward to form a new project, originally called Polka Tulk Blues. They soon rebranded as Black Sabbath, inspired by the 1963 horror film, and pioneered a darker, heavier sound that helped shape the genre of heavy metal. The band signed with Philips Records in late 1969 and released their first single, Evil Woman, in January 1970. Their self-titled debut album followed the next month. Though critics were largely dismissive, the album was a commercial success and set the stage for a historic run. Black Sabbath released a string of influential albums, including Paranoid, 1970, Master of Reality, 1971, and Volume 4, 1972. Despite continued critical scorn, each album sold millions and expanded the band's devoted fan base. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 1973, marked a turning point, earning praise from a mainstream press. It was followed by Sabotage, 1975, Technical Ecstasy, 1976, and Never Say Die. Osbourne's tenure with Black Sabbath ended in April 1979 when he was fired due to substance abuse and erratic behavior. Although the split was acrimonious, his work with Black Sabbath laid the foundation for the heavy metal movement and earned him and the band a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. After his ousting from Black Sabbath, Osbourne quickly re-emerged as a solo force. With support from manager Don Arden and a new deal with Jet Records, he formed the band Blizzard of Oz in late 1979. Their debut album, Blizzard of Oz, 1980, featured guitarist Randy Rhoads and included iconic tracks like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. The album was a massive commercial success and marked the start of an acclaimed solo run. He followed with Diary of a Madman, 1981, and in 1982 released Speak of the Devil, a live album of Black Sabbath covers. Other notable releases included Bark at the Moon, 1983, The Ultimate Sin, 1986, No Rest for the Wicked, 1988, and the multi-platinum No More Tears, 1991, which featured the hit single Mama, I'm Coming Home. Osbourne continued recording into the 2000s with albums like Down to Earth, 2001, Black Rain, 2007, and Scream, 2010. After a decade-long break from the studio, he returned with Ordinary Man, 2020, featuring collaborations with Elton John, Post Malone, and Travis Scott. He followed up with Patient Number 9, 2022, which won him his first Grammy as a solo artist. In early 2023, Osbourne officially retired from touring after canceling the long-postponed European leg of his No More Tours 2 tour, citing lingering complications from a 2019 fall that caused spinal damage. Despite retiring from the road, he expressed interest in performing at one-off events. His influence remained undiminished. Osbourne sold over 100 million albums across his career, earned stars on both the Hollywood Walk of Fame and Birmingham Walk of Stars, and was inducted into the UK Music Hall of Fame as both a solo artist and member of Black Sabbath. Though the Prince of Darkness has taken his final bow, his spirit will live on forever in every power chord, every scream of a crowd, and every soul that dares to be unapologetically themselves. Rest in power, Ozzy. You changed the sound of music and the hearts of millions forever.